Hi, everyone. The Parkway Theater on 18th and Park officially closed its doors 2 Sundays ago. But the people who want to save the great theater and the facility that it was within wasted no time in forming a Save the Parkway Theater group. They met last Sunday, and I was there. Save the Parkway is a Facebook group, and these Oakland residents originally found out about this meetup held at Rue's Cafe, just 3 doors away on the same side of the street as the Parkway Theater, via the Facebook group. They got together and divided into several subgroups. This one talking about business models for the Parkway. In other words, should it remain a classic theater? If not, what other types of business models are appropriate? That sheet on the left has different business model ideas on Post-it notes that the members offered. Then the group was visited by Oakland Councilmember Pat Kernighan.
So I think this is really great that the community is getting so organized around trying to bring the Parkway back. As you all know, it's kind of an anchor for the neighborhood, and I'm with you in wanting to have it reopen, and preferably as a movie house. I actually just met with the owners of the Parkway, of the building, and who are Mr. and Mrs. Chang, who owned it for 3 or 4 years. And they are really looking forward to they really hope to get a new tenant in there to run something like that. And they know that the neighborhood is interested. They've read all the newspaper articles about it, and so they I think they have a pretty good idea of kind of what the neighborhood is like, and they clearly get that the style of movie theater, the pizza, beer, sitting in the couch kind of thing, was really popular. And so I think they realize it's a good business model for the neighborhood. So I've told them, that if I hear of, people who really have the ability to run a business like that, I encourage them to go talk to the Changs, and they will, consider that. So, they don't want to leave it empty because they're not getting any rent. They really would like to have somebody in there, and I know you guys are all kind of dreaming about the perfect business, which is a good thing, and if you can find somebody who actually can run that business, and that would be wonderful. They really would like to see somebody who is already running a business and has a proven track record as being responsible business people. I think they're pretty leery of just, they don't want, some people who've never run a business to go in there and try to wing it, and because it's really hard to break even on a business like that. You need to plan ahead, have a good business plan and all that. So anyway, I know that you guys are putting lots of brain power and good ideas to this. So hopefully they and you can all come together, and somebody who's got, who can pay the rent and all that can make it happen.
I have a quick question,
Sure.
actually. This group that's here has been actually sitting talking about business models for the last half hour or so. And one of the questions that really came up were 2 economic questions. And I wondered if you knew whether the Changs might be sharing things like what would they be looking for in terms of rent, and if they can share a little bit about physical condition in terms of repairs that are needed, things that would need to be factored into a business model to make it viable.
I don't know the answer to those questions yet, but I or you, can certainly ask those questions. I will next week. I will communicate with them and tell them that those are the kinds of questions people need to have the information about. I know how much rent the Fishers were paying, which is $10,000 a month, and I don't know if that would continue or be up or down. It won't be down, but clearly there'd need to be some investment in fixing up some of the plumbing and the electricity are just ancient, and we're just limping along in the first place. And what else? Unfortunately, the projectors are gone, and so I don't know how much that costs. But I will ask them.
Greatest formulating.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
anyway,
Good
nice
to see you.
see
You
you
too.
all.
See ya.
And,
Yeah.
and also keep in touch with each other about everything else going on in this neighborhood, because this kind of community organizing is pretty special. It's hard to get people to come together, and usually when they do, it's around a disaster of some type, you know, crime or whatever. But it's the kind of thing that, you know, makes neighborhoods stronger is when people know each other and all that. So I'm so glad that you have all banded together. So keep me informed, and I will try to be helpful to you. And Naomi, I know here quite well. I know that I think the Parkway is an historic building, but some people have said they're worried that someone might try to bulldoze the building. I don't think that's a risk at all. I think that's not something to be concerned about.
I just want to take the opportunity to mention that the Mills Act program is going to come up for renewal. It has not been large enough to really help owners of buildings like this. But if we could expand it so that commercial buildings would be eligible, they would see property tax reduction. And we need to look at that as a possible thing that we can offer the change moving forward.
Okay. There's also, this area is in a redevelopment area, which means it qualifies for some good things, and one of which is participation in the facade improvement program. And so they actually have applied for it's money where the redevelopment area provides half of the money to do exterior improvements, so painting and, you know, fixing up the windows and making it look nice on the outside. So so they are interested in making it look nicer on the outside. That's good. Okay.
All right.
Anyway, nice to see you all.
So that actually helps frame some of the key issues we were talking about. Sounds based on that snippet, at least, of where the owners are, that it might be that the right step is to really move forward with looking at a private ownership model where they might remain the owners, at least for the foreseeable.
I then talked to the main organizers of the Save the Parkway group.
Peter Parado,
Evan Hamilton.
I'm Darren
Hawk, and
Tony DeWeese.
how's it going with this meetup? We had just had council member come by, and I've seen your on video before, so
Okay.
you first.
All right. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I think it's going exceptionally well. We've gained the attention of what we feel like are the relevant parties. People are showing up. They're offering their ideas, and it's proving, I think, our initial point that this matters to not just the neighborhood, but to people that even live outside the state, and that we've got the support in place. We just need to organize it, and we need to continue to reach out to people that don't know what we're doing.
Yep.
What I'm most impressed by, honestly, is the intelligent contributions here. People aren't just saying, "Oh yeah, Parkway would be great." I mean, there are some great business ideas being put out, some specifics on programming that would make the Parkway not only more vibrant but hopefully more successful.
Yeah, Darren, any relation to Tony Hawk, by the way?
I like the Parkway.com. Join the movement.
Good.
Hey, I'm pretty excited about what's going on here today. The breakout sessions seem to be a pretty natural fit to what people want the Parkway to be. I mean, we have people talking about the programming. We have people talking about the business model. I mean, without those two things, you know, like, what are you going to have in that place that isn't just going to just fall apart and just, you know, weigh down on this community? I mean, we need something that will continue to build this community in a way that the original Parkway did until it closed down. And I think great things have been happening in these neighborhoods. With the support of the various businesses, with the support of, you know, what the Parkway used to be, and hopefully, you know, once we get that back, we can continue making progress and building relationships in the community. And it's good to get connected with more people that.
Okay. So what's the next step, Brooks? What's the next step?
The next step is for us to reassess how organized we're going to need to be in the weeks to come.
Mm-hmm.
To take the ideas that have come out of this meeting and use them to further engage the broader community and to continue to expand the movement.
Is there anything that you'd like the other neighbors to do?
Volunteer. I like the Parkway.com.
I like
We need
it.
volunteers.
That's
Thank
a good
you.
way. That's a good way.
That's our main focus right now, is to get more engagement with the community, with people that not just have a vision but also have the time to put some effort into that vision. I mean, it's not just these 4 guys coming up with vision. I mean,
Right,
obviously,
it's all them. Yeah, right,
it's like
yeah,
all of these people,
Yeah.
and it's these people and other people that come to iLikeTheParkway.com that can sign up and basically state what they can bring to the table. I mean, we're open to all ideas still.
There's something I'd like to add
Yeah,
too.
please.
I want NPR and the New York Times to be running articles on how what we're doing here is something that can be replicated in communities around the country to mitigate the problems that are being caused by the economic crisis, and to prove that the betterment of a community here doesn't just affect people that live here, it affects people that live all around the world.
This is Naomi Schiff. She's the head of the Oakland Heritage.
No, I'm
Alliance?
only on the board of directors now. I used to be the president, but I
was right.
I reformed. So now I'm a mere board of directors member.
So what did you think of today's meeting?
Well, I thought it was very exciting that there was so much energy and that people really want to see something happen, not only with the theater, but the whole neighborhood, which is
What do you
great.
think, since I have you, the Fox Theater really looks great, doesn't it?
It looks great, yeah. I
It
went
looks
to
like
the opening.
congratulations.
Yeah, 34 years.
I know, isn't it something? Wow.
I got in there when they first closed it down and they were going to knock it down for a parking lot. And I wrote an article with Becky O'Malley.
I remember that, yeah.
In a newspaper that is now dead, or that died after 2 issues, about the Fox. And so it's sort of amazing that it's taken this long, but it looks really great.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. I mean,
congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah.
It was a thrill.
How do people find the Oakland Heritage Alliance online?
It's oaklandheritage.org, www.oaklandheritage.org, or we actually have a phone number, 763-9218. And we're going to have tours all summer, and they start around July 1st.
Oh, excellent.
And
different parts of Oakland?
Yeah, we do 2 a weekend, Saturday and Sunday, all the way through Labor Day, a little bit later. And they're all over town, and they're really cool, quite unusual, some of them. And we get really great people to lead them. So it's a fun thing for the whole summer.
Yeah.
And we also have a lecture thing that's going on in the winters. So now we're pretty active all year round with public events. It's working out. But now we got to save all these little neighborhoods, right?
Yeah, like this one. Yeah,
This one.
yeah.
And so this is going to be a real challenge. But with this amount of energy around it, and because there was already...
It's a blight when it's closed.
It's a blight when it's closed, and it has been closed in the past.
Yeah.
And you remember what it looked like.
Yeah, sure do.
And
I remember when Colin Catherine came to my office when I worked for Elihu.
Right.
And Elihu didn't want to give him any money.
well, I'm sorry.
Which I thought was sad. But,
I'm sorry it's come to this. I know the city isn't going to want to save them directly, but there are things the city of Oakland can do to facilitate.
Yeah.
And it's true that with the lake project, this neighborhood is poised, to benefit from that,
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely.
And so as that comes online, I'm hoping the whole neighborhood will get improved. I'd like to see the Henry J. Kaiser
It was good
reopen
that Pat
too.
came by, too.
It was
you
really
know?
good.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's paying attention.
Yeah.
And I know Nancy's concerned about it too, so I'm
I heard
hoping.
that she didn't come by because she had her candy making business or something. That's what the people told
Nancy
me.
is in the chocolate
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's a big, probably coming up to Easter. So I don't know the details, but I know she's been paying attention to it.
Yeah.
So now what? I don't know. I mean, I see that there are financial problems, and I know that there were problems in El Cerrito as well. So I don't know what that's all about, and I have no information about it. The question is how to make the institution live and how to keep the building intact. And I hope these owners are willing to work with folks. It sounds like maybe they are.
It was good, and lots of good ideas. I was in the focus group for ideas on programming as opposed to business, and I think the business might be more important. However, the programming that we came up with was just like, have good movies, but also that the food is the real selling point, and also the fact that it's easily changeable. So. In the sense that it can adapt to the community, and we need to work that as a.
Tell my viewers about your band.
Oh yeah, Sonic Camouflage, and then just Colin Gleason Quartet. So
his website.
My website is www.colingleason.com, and just jazz, saxophone, Miles Davis, early '70s. Maybe someday I get to play at the Parkway if they include music in there. I would definitely do it. It was fun. It was a good event.
You can find out more information at iliktheparkway.com or Save the Parkway Speakeasy Theater, a Facebook group. All you have to do is type that into Google. It'll take you right there. It's the topmost result. And a little house cleaning. There's a rumor that Phil Tagami, my friend and developer who redeveloped the Rotunda and the Fox Theater, is getting involved in the Parkway. I was at the Den. That rumor is not true. I repeat, that rumor is not true. What is true is that the person who put that out there talked to him about the Parkway, and he thought it was a good idea to check it out, but he has not officially gotten involved in saving the Parkway as of the creation of this video. I must report that the organizers are also aware, and not by my prodding or anyone else's other than their own, that the meeting was not as racially diverse as it should be. They said openly that they were going to take steps to make sure that was not the case in the future.